sailboat in the moonlight and June. Wouldn't that be heaven? Oh, heaven just for two. A soft breeze on a June night and June. What a perfect setting for letting dreams come true.
Winter preparations, we've got a little project on the go here. We've sort of got our place all torn apart, and Debbie is working on making our winter cover larger. So just to show you, we are working on a budget here. So we've got an old bimini top here that we've rescued. We've salvaged this somewhere, and this color fabric here we've salvaged as well because it came off of the boat. And finally we've got these bundles of tarp here. There's another piece here, and there's another piece here.
It's going to be Joseph's, like Joseph's
coat of many colors. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to sew them all together. We're going to make it work because our tarp originally was from a 30-foot boat, and we had it modified to fit a 32-foot boat. And with a bowsprit as well, so it was probably 34, and then now we're modifying it to fit a 41-foot boat. So you might remember last year I had a bit of a tarp that went over the back half of the boat. Well, we're hoping to have it all covered now in canvas, even though this is sunbrella, this is sunbrella, this is cotton polyester blend, and in the middle I have the green polyester as well. So it's going to be green, blue, yellow, and white. Flag of some nation, but anyway, it'll look good. If it doesn't look good, it'll keep us nice and dry on board. So now Deb's just getting her machine warmed up, which I find fascinating. Deb, you've got this thing all torn apart.
I love to oil my machine. Whoops.
And this is a what?
A Barracuda, but I just I do love to oil it because it loves to be oiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it gets I'm a little bit excessive with the oil, but it's it likes me for it. Yeah.
You've got a friend beside you.
Benji, hi. Are you keeping me company?
Now, we did buy these canvas drop cloths from a paint shop. It's the same kind of canvas that we currently have on our cover, the primary canvas that it was built from. But instead, we're going to use this sunbrella. It's all salvaged material. You know, it doesn't owe us anything, and I think we're going to return these. This is $100 worth of stuff here, so a little bit at a time. Well, day 2 of the great sewing project. We've got all the framework up now on the boat, and Deb and I are just finishing off the last little bit of tarp. For all of our American friends, we are also paying close attention to an election that's going on right now as a bit of entertainment as we do it. So, how's it going, darling? Are you able to fit this all together?
Well, it's going to definitely be multicolored, and it's going to be the dog's breakfast, I think.
Yeah.
But I just need you to pull on that side.
Okay, so I'll just straighten that out.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is definitely a hack and slash. It's like we're tearing canvas off of things that we had in the basement just to patch and to try and get some kind of, just to cover our boat in the winter. We're in Ontario and we do get a lot of snow, and Chris has spent a lot of time on the woodwork. He wants to protect it.
That's right. Yeah.
So
I should say as well too that in Ontario we cover our boats through the winter with a waterproof cover to protect the wood, but also to keep the snow and ice out of the cockpit, because ice will fill the scuppers, that will freeze, and then your cockpit can get full of water, which will overflow into the boat, and then that ice of course would also crack your cockpit sidewalls and what have you. So there's lots of issues there. Also the decks, any leaking in the decks will freeze and expand and freeze and expand and will cause delamination. So boats in Canada generally get covered for the winter, and for good reason. So we've got a big investment here and we want to make sure it's well cared for.
okay, there it's. Oh, we're gonna do it. Do another stitch.
You got to add one more panel. So this is the second panel. Panel number 3 coming up. Worst of the efforts here to get this covered are pretty well done now. I've got the frame all finished, as you can see. It's kind of a cobbled together thing. I've created it out of 3 frames. Now we've fitted the stern section that's going to go over top of the davits, and I'm going to head back to our place, and Deb can continue to sew that whole cover back together. It's a windy day today, so we're not putting it on anyway, but I think it's going to look great. Well, day 3 on our little sewing adventure. Debbie's still going at it, and we're just getting the zippers on the edges of the filler piece and the old original tarp. And they're going together. Debbie's doing a fantastic job. How's it going, hon?
It's going well. It's well, it's going well, but the test will be when you put it on the sailboat.
That's right.
So it'll be like a puzzle.
Well, I should say too that we've got the aft piece done, including slots in it for the dinghy davits. So that will be installed tomorrow, and I'll show you guys that. And then we've got to come back and we've got to then take some final measurements for the distance to the mast, that kind of stuff, and work our way forward onto the bow. Awesome job, huh?
I think it's kind of, it'll work. This is an industrial portable sewing machine. It's a Barracuda by Reliable, and I love it. My daughter has one as well, and it's fairly comparable to the Sailrite. Maybe not quite as...
A little more primitive, maybe, eh?
Well,
Not quite as refined as the Sailrite.
I don't know, it's close, but I know the Sailrite gets better reviews than this.
Yeah.
But this works very well for me. I love it, and all I have to do is I oil it a lot. Every time I use it, I oil it, and it loves me for it. And it works well for me.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. So this is day 5 on this project.
4 or 5. It's
4
all
or
bleeding
5.
in. It's all bleeding in.
Well, I'll tell you how we can tell. We're almost a week now into the U.S. election, and we've been watching that as we go along. So we're about a week into the job, I think. Anyway, we're now at the stays. We've got the mast collar done. It's somewhere in here. See if I can pull that up for you. But we're doing the stays. Debbie's just cutting in the zippers to mount the stays in, or to go around the stays rather. So this is the center section of our tarp, and the final section that goes up on the bow is right here. That only has a small modification for the forestay, and then we're going to be done. So not much more to go. We'll show you when it gets up there and when we put it on, but basically I think we've been successful in modifying this old tarp and making it suitable for our bigger boat. A new tarp was about $3,000, so there's quite a savings there for us. And this winter tarp we can use over and over again if we keep good care of it, you know, take good care of it, store it in a dry area. So, very exciting. There we go.
Who's on the line?
Something like that, yeah,
7,
yeah.
8, 9, about 10, and then plus we have to do the slit in the part where the
forestay goes through, yeah.
The forestay.
Well, this looks fantastic anyway. Nice little leather pulls on all the zippers, and in the back where the stay will sit, it's reinforced with leather. I think you did a great job. It looks great.
Well, you helped, so you did a great job.
Alrighty.
Okay, one more piece. And
one more piece, and then
it's bedtime. Okay.
And still watching the election, by the way.
Yeah, true that.
Okay.
to concentrate on what you're doing.
Talk to me.